Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for July 9th. July 9th is the 190th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 191st in leap years, with 175 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is foist. Foist is a verb. It's almost always used with on or upon, as in foist on or foist upon. Foist means to introduce or insert surreptitiously, or to force another to accept, especially by stealth or deceit. Example sentences might include: the company tried to foist their outdated software onto customers by bundling it with more popular products, or the politician was criticized for trying to foist his agenda upon the people without considering their opinion. Foist can also mean to pass off as genuine or worthy. Examples of this could include: Megalocorp is notorious for foisting costly and valueless products on the public, or Chef Goober tried to foist inferior caviar on his unknowing diners. Interesting origin to this word foist. Back in the 1500s, the word was attached to a sneaky cheat involving sleight of hand. For example, concealing a phony game piece in the hand to introduce into the game at an opportune moment. The word was borrowed from a Dutch word that meant to take into one's hand, and given the context in which the word was used, it quickly evolved to mean to insert surreptitiously. First known use of the word foist is in the 1580s. Foist. The word foist was suggested by YouTube viewer Ginger Rush. Thanks, Ginger. And if you have a suggestion for word of the day, drop it in the comments and we'll get it on the list. And with that, on July 9th, 1776, George Washington ordered the Declaration of Independence to be read out loud to the members of the Continental Army in Manhattan as British troops on Staten Island prepared for the Battle of Long Island. This is the birthday of American inventor Elias Howe, born July 9th, 1819. Elias Howe invented the sewing machine. He also received a patent in 1851 for an automatic continuous clothing closure, that device we know as the zipper. Perhaps because of his success with the sewing machine, he didn't try to market the zipper and missed the recognition he might have received for it. Indeed, his sewing machine was so successful that he was a multimillionaire when he died at the age of 48. And Elias Howe was not the only man who built a fortune on this ingenious device. Adam Opel, founder of the Opel Car Company, started out making sewing machines. Isaac Singer and Edward Clark with the Singer Sewing Machine Company. We could go on and on. There are dozens of them. Elias Howe's invention was so successful that he was a millionaire when he died at the age of 48. On July 4th, 1850, President Zachary Taylor enjoyed what was described as copious amounts, and that means a lot, of raw fruit and iced milk while attending holiday celebrations in Washington, D.C. Over the next several days, he became severely ill with gastroenteritis, which at the time they called cholera morbus. Several other people also had become ill, so it's most likely that a foodborne illness was the culprit here. And it was on this day, July 9th, 1850, that President Zachary Taylor died at the age of 65. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified on July 9th, 1868. This is the one that guaranteed African Americans full citizenship and all persons in the United States due process of the law. We have a playlist of episodes for this day in history, as well as a playlist of single subjects called How About That, and words of the day in a playlist called There's a Word for That, and I'll leave links to those playlists for you. Today's song is Every Breath You Take by The Police, number 1 on July 9th, 1983. Sting wrote this song in 1982 after an awkward love triangle resulted in divorce. Every Breath You Take was the single biggest U.S. and Canadian song of 1983, both the Police and Sting's signature song. Every Breath You Take was recognized in 2019 by BMI as being the most played song in radio history, with somewhere around 15 million radio plays. Released in May of 1983, it hit number 1 on July 9th and held that spot for 8 weeks. Every Breath You Take by the Police, number 1, July 9th, 1983. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.